Hi Leo, welcome to June. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to go over some of the astrology. So this month on the 3rd, we have a full moon in Sagittarius. On June 6th, Venus moves into your sign. June 11th, Mercury moves into Gemini. And then June 17th, Saturn goes retrograde. June 18th, we have a new moon in Gemini. And on June 30th, Neptune goes retrograde. And we'll talk about that later. Let's see what the cards say for Leo in terms of love and relationships. What does Leo need to know about love and relationships for the month of June 2023? What's coming up for Leo for June 2023? Five of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Magician, the Judgment, the Five of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the card at the bottom of the deck, the Five of Swords. Okay, so you're starting out the month with the Five of Wands energy. You have these 3 fives. That's kind of instability. Five of Wands can be a conflict. Maybe you're fighting with a partner over petty details, but it could also mean internal conflict, like you're not sure what to do about a partnership. You have the Seven of Cups crossing, and that can mean being stuck in the choices. I feel like you're not satisfied in your current situation if you're in a relationship, and you're trying to figure out, what do I really want? Especially with the Hermit here. You're feeling lonely. In the Five of Pentacles, it's like you're feeling cut off from loved ones. Like maybe you're physically separated, or even if you're not physically separated, you may feel lonely within a partnership. Because this Five of Pentacles is like being on the outside looking in, feeling insecure, feeling like I have nothing to offer, I'm not worthy. Sometimes it can represent financial instability, fluctuations in finances. Like you feel like I have no money, it's just like you're going through a lonely time. Struggling financially, arguing over petty details in a relationship. I feel like you're not really arguing, like you're arguing over little things because you're not really talking about what's really going on. Like you're not dealing with the real issue in the relationship. So you're fighting over miscellaneous things when really you should be talking about what's really bothering you. You have the Magician here. So the Magician is giving you the power to manifest. You have a lot of talent. You can create anything you want. But you have to first believe in yourself and your abilities, and you have to communicate those ideas. You have the Five of Swords here. Let's see, I don't know. So you could be feeling hostility from a partner. Feeling like, when you're fighting, that you can't come to a positive resolution. Like you're always fighting over the same things over and over. And sometimes the Five of Swords can mean, if you're trying to change someone, like you may think, well, I'm trying to make this person, I want this person to be a certain way. I keep fighting to change this person. But you have to accept, you have to realize you can't change anyone. There are certain things about this partnership or this situation that are not going to change. So you have to either deal with it, or you have to cut your losses and walk away. So you're not going to change the situation. I feel like there are toxic elements to this relationship. So some of you might be in a relationship that you really need to consider. Do I need to stay in this relationship? Because I feel like I'm constantly fighting. I'm getting verbal abuse, whatever. My partner is hostile. I don't know if I want to stay here, but I don't know where else to go because I feel like you're feeling like unworthy or insecure about future prospects. Or maybe a part of you is like, I'm not even sure I want to be in a relationship. I'm not even sure who I want. I just know that things are not right now. And I'm feeling lonely. You have the Judgment in the recent past. So the Judgment is a good card because it's telling you you're waking up. You know, if you've been existing in or tolerating a situation for a long time and nothing's improving, you know, you just keep fighting over the same things, but you're not taking action because the Seven of Cups is like, I'm just thinking about what my possibilities are, but I'm not acting on them. With the Judgment, you're starting to think, you know what, I have to take action. Maybe I need to take action. If I want to change my life, I can't wait for someone to change, or I can't wait for things to improve. I have to make changes in my life. So that's a good card because it means you're getting out of a rut. You're waking up. You're starting to work on you. Because really, with these two cards, the Magician and the Judgment, the only way you can make changes in your life is one, through your thinking. Change your perspective, change your thoughts. Are you focusing on the negative and everything that's going wrong, or are you focusing on what could go right and the positive? Because whatever you're thinking, you're manifesting. So you have to watch your thoughts carefully. If you want to manifest something positive, you have to focus on the positive or see yourself in a good situation. A lot of times we drown ourselves, we complain a lot. You know, this isn't right, that's not right, this person aggravates me, that person, you know, and then we wind up getting caught in that loop of misery where nothing changes because that's all you're focused on. But if you start shifting the energy to something more positive, like, well, what would I want? If I had a genie standing in front of me right now saying, I'll give you anything you want. What do you want in a partner? What do you want in your love life? What do you want in your life? Write all that down and focus on that, and you can manifest that. You have the Judgment. It can also mean, it comes up usually when you change jobs or move or change relationships. It can mean that you're waking up and you're working on you, and as you work on yourself, you're going to start to see a shift in your external world and in your relationships. The one thing you don't want to do is feel unworthy and feel lonely. Don't cut yourself off. You know, you might even be cutting yourself off from people. Like maybe you're struggling with a problem by yourself when if you would just ask for help, someone would be there to help you. You have the Queen of Swords here in your negative thinking sector. So that could be your energy being like you have the wall built up around you. You've been hurt in the past. Maybe you're afraid to be vulnerable in a current situation. You're afraid to open up to love. So, or you're afraid to even say how I feel. You know, how do I feel? You know, and so you're not really, I feel like you're not dealing with the real issue that could fix a current situation, or you're keeping the walls up that pushes people away if you want to meet someone new. So I think you may have to try to open up more, and then well, the good thing is you are looking toward the future. You do want a loving relationship. You have the Two of Cups here, and you can have that. You may have to set some boundaries with a partner. Maybe someone is taking advantage of your good nature, your kindness. And if you're feeling insecure, like if there's a situation where there's competition, I feel like you can win out over the competition. You just have to believe in yourself. Because the Seven of Wands is victory. Victory over opposition, victory over conflict, over obstacles, being the favored. So, you know, I feel like if you're dating someone and there are other people involved, or you like someone and you're interested in someone and there are other people involved, I feel like you're the one that the person really wants. But the problem is that you're feeling too insecure about it and you're not opening up. You're pushing, like it's like you've got this wall up, like stay away. I don't want to be hurt anymore. You have to really prove yourself to me before I let anyone in. So if you've got this grumpy attitude and you're not being friendly and inviting, people are going to be like, okay, stay away. I'll stay away from you. In your environment, you've got the Nine of Wands. So you've been struggling for a long time with something, I feel. It could be that you've been struggling within a relationship. And you may have thought like, okay, we fought over this issue. I resolved this issue. But I feel like it's going to come back again one more time. Something you thought was over and resolved is coming back again to be dealt with again. And you might be like, oh, not again. Like I got to deal with this again. And the Nine of Wands is like you're battle weary. You're tired of fighting. You're tired of conflict. You're ready to give up on the relationship. When deep down inside, you really want to connect with someone at the soul level. You have this Two of Cups. So I feel like you should give it one last shot. Sometimes the judgment has to do with forgiveness. You may need to forgive someone for something they did or said. The Nine of Wands is like you're almost at your goal. You're almost at the victory place. When you get to the 10, your struggles are over. You've reached the end of the line with struggle. So sometimes it's just a matter of just give it one more shot, give it one last effort, and you may achieve what you're trying to achieve. Don't give up is what it's saying. But that could be, it could also mean someone from the past returns and you have to deal with them again. You thought you were done with them. Maybe this Five of Swords was a relationship that you did give up on. Maybe you were involved in a toxic situation. And now you're afraid to get involved with somebody new because you don't want to go through the same thing all over again. You don't want to be in another toxic situation. So you're keeping people at a distance. So I think that this month you're going to be doing a lot of soul searching with the Hermit. And it may be a good idea to talk to someone about what you're feeling and what you're fighting with, what you're struggling with, because I think they can help you. I think there is someone around you that cares very much about you and is willing to help you if you give them a chance. But you can't. It's almost like you're like this barking dog, this growling animal, like stay away from me. Arr. And so people are like, okay, I'll leave you alone. But that's not what you really want. Deep down inside, your heart wants love. You want to be understood. You want to be cared for. You want to feel like people care about you. You don't want to fight. Leo is not a fighter. Leo is a lover. But sometimes Leo can, when the lion's not getting what it wants, the lion will roar, and then you scare people away. So stop roaring, start loving. And the first place to start loving is within yourself. Like to say every day, I am lovable. I am worthy of love. I am love. And you'll see how the energy starts to shift. And especially that you have this Judgment card. You can rise from the ashes of a past failed relationship. Not every relationship has to end in disaster. So I feel like now the more that I'm working with these cards, I'm feeling that this Five of Swords energy was a past situation where you felt the other person wasn't playing fair and they may have hurt you or betrayed you or been really hostile. And it's caused a wall to build up around your heart. Like I don't want to be vulnerable anymore. I don't want to love someone and then be hurt. But you are coming out of that, and if you need to talk to someone, it could be a counselor, it could be a good friend, a family member, or even, if you go to if you have a spiritual path, maybe a spiritual leader, a priest, a minister. Someone whose opinion you respect. Someone that you feel you could be safe confiding in. You don't have to carry the burden alone. Yeah, and you don't, if you're alone, it's because you're feeling insecure. It's not because there aren't people around you who love you. It's more of I'm keeping people away because I don't feel lovable. It's that kind of energy. And this may not be for everyone. I'm just this could be a specific reading that's coming through for just a few people. I don't know. But let's see what the angels have to say. And then we'll look at the astrology. What do the angels have to say to Leo. Rainbow. You are a jewel, even though you may not see it. Even in the darkest times, you shine eternally bright. You are surrounded by an aura of love, and a pot of gold waits beyond the horizon. All will clear soon. Trust and continue to follow your dreams. You are eternally blessed. See, even the universe and the angels know. You know, Leos, they have the prettiest smiles of the zodiac. When a Leo smiles, they light up the room. It's like the sun comes out. So try smiling more and show that regal brilliance that you have naturally. You have this natural energy that fills a room with joy and magnificence. Tap into that energy. You are worthy of love. So let's see. Leo, you have a full moon in your 5th house. And the sun is in the 11th house. So love, romance, children, something is coming to completion in either a relationship, a romance, a creative project, because the 5th house is creative self-expression, something involving children. Something is being revealed about, it could involve friendships too, because it's involving the 11th house. So you're seeing the truth about a friendship or a romantic partner this month. And Saturn is in your 8th house. The moon is squaring Saturn. So there could be some financial situation that's involved with this partnership that creates tension. Maybe your partner is always paying for everything because the 8th house has to do with your partner's resources. So if you're in a relationship, maybe your partner is not making the same amount of money, or there's some restriction with Saturn there. Maybe they've got a lot of expenses and they can't give as much to you as they have in the past. Or, you might be asking for money and they're like, no, and they're being really harsh about it. I can't give you anything. There is some conflict, but also the 8th house, not only money. Saturn in the 8th can represent fears about intimacy, around connecting with someone at the soul level. Fears of really having that deep bond. There's something holding you back. And it could go back to childhood, an authority figure that conditioned your response, or had something to do with the way you love and the way you connect with someone. So that could be something you need to look at, because the 8th house has to deal with our shadow, the things that we hide from the world and even from ourselves. Mars is in your 1st house. It's in Leo. So you're feeling really energetic and feisty. It's a good time to take action to get what you want. And this moon is trining Mars. So if there's someone you're interested in, it would be good to drop your guard and go and let them know. Take action and try to connect. You've also got the North Node. Let's see, in the 10th house. Well, we'll get to that. Venus is in the 12th house. Okay, so Venus is in Cancer. It's been in Cancer for the past couple of weeks, like 2-3 weeks. In the 12th house, Venus can represent hidden feelings. Like you're not really ready to let someone know how you feel. So you may have a secret crush on someone. You may be afraid to tell them how you feel. Like maybe you really care about someone, but you don't want to tell them. Maybe you're having insecurities. Like, oh, I would tell that person, but they probably wouldn't want me. What do I have to offer? I'm just this loser, So don't do that to yourself. This month, right after this full moon, Venus is going to move into Leo and connect with Mars. Not in an exact conjunction, but close enough. So Venus and Mars in your 1st house, you're going to attract love. You're going to be in a good position to attract love this month. Don't let your fears and insecurities stand in the way. This new moon is also aspecting Chiron in the 9th house. Maybe you're feeling insecure about your educational status. If that's the case, you should go back to school and get the credentials. You know, if you feel like, I'm trying to get ahead in my job, but everybody else has a degree or everybody else has this training and you don't have it, go get it. Why let that stop you? Because you have in your 10th house, you've got a lot of energy in your career sector this month. You've got Mercury, Uranus, the North Node, and Jupiter. You've got major opportunities are going to be open to you not only this month, but this year, because Jupiter will be there for the whole year. So you can have major career success. If you're feeling any insecurity about your skills, get the training. Just go and get that degree. You may have experience and knowledge, but if you feel like some companies want to see the degree, go get it. Then you won't have anything standing in your way. But with Mercury and Uranus coming together in your 10th house, and now Jupiter moving in there, that represents opportunity. You're coming up with innovative ideas and creative solutions to a lot of problems. You could be an asset to your company and your career. So don't let insecurity hold you back. Pluto is in your 7th house. It just moved into Aquarius, and now it's going retrograde. It's going to go back into Capricorn. So you have to you may revisit some issues around work, some power struggles at work that you had already you thought you resolved. They may come back again, and I think a lot of it revolves around, because Pluto is trine in Chiron. Never mind. It's not trine in Chiron. It's actually sextile, but it's not even in orb. Pluto is going to be opposing Venus. And when especially it's opposing Venus now, it's an out of sign conjunction of opposition, but it will be, when it moves into Capricorn, be more exact. And it's going to be in Capricorn until the end of the year, when it goes back into Aquarius next year. So there could be some struggles between something involving your work and something involving how you feel. Like there might be some, like Venus, there could be some financial difficulties where you feel like, I really like my job, but I need to make more money. And you may try to argue for a raise or try to find it. There might be some reasons, like they're powerful. There might be some power struggles around money in relation to work, but also Venus in the 12th. You may have some issues to work out psychologically around love and money. Maybe there's a part of you that feels you're not worthy of money or love or success on the job. But that's just a head trip you're doing to yourself. If you have any, I think that you have a lot to contribute, but you need to maybe open yourself up to some training and change your belief system. You have some healing to do around your education, around teaching, learning, getting out of your comfort zone, maybe even travel. You might want to take a trip, and it'll be healing. It'll have a healing effect to you because you have Chiron in the 9th house. Venus is going to be trining Neptune. Now Venus trine Neptune is a very romantic aspect. So you could connect with someone and you have the potential to have a really intimate soulmate connection. But what's stopping you is your insecurities or your fears around being vulnerable. Venus is squaring Jupiter. That's another, with Venus in Cancer squaring Jupiter in your 10th house. I think that you really need to work on psychological blocks. Why do I feel like I'm not valued at work? Am I not making the money I need to make? What psychological, how am I sabotaging my success? Maybe you need to love yourself more and feel more confident in your abilities and get the training, get the degree, whatever it is that makes you feel more authentic or confident, that makes you believe in yourself. I think it's going to help your career, it's going to help your relationships. Now you have Mars in the 1st house, it's squaring Jupiter in the 10th. So there could be some conflicts around work and career. You just want to make sure you're not coming on too strong. Don't be the bully. Don't be, argumentative. Because Jupiter can relate to excess. And Mars, you're feeling feisty. You're ready to, fight for what you want. Jupiter, though, it's conjunct the North Node, so it's telling you which way to go. Like, here, you need to make changes in your life direction. I'm going to give you opportunities, but it may involve you getting out of your comfort zone. It may involve you going to another company, taking another job, maybe even getting a promotion where you feel like, I don't know, am I worthy? So you have to work on your self-esteem this month. You have to work on on becoming empowered, and whatever that takes. You've got Saturn in the 8th house. There could be, and Jupiter is sextile Saturn. So if you find another job, if there's an opportunity that comes up and it's offered to you, it will be an increase in salary. It will help solve your financial difficulties. But you have to believe in yourself to get this opportunity, to attract this opportunity. And I think you're going to see a lot of that at this full moon. Information is going to come to you. Truth is going to be revealed. You're going to see what you need to do and how you need to change. Then we have this new moon in Gemini on the 18th. And the new moon, it could bring a new friendship or a new group to belong to. Mercury's in your 11th house, so you may get a message. You might have an opportunity to join a new group of people, to make new friends. And I think it's going to be positive. It may even help you deal with your 8th house issues around love, intimacy. It may help you to transform and overcome some of those blocks. Especially if you have any kind of addiction problems or problems with authority figures or feeling not worthy. Venus will be moving into Leo, and it will be with Mars in your 1st house. So you're going to be attracting love. This new moon, I feel, is going to be really good for you. So get out and socialize and network and make friends, because there could be love that comes out of those connections. Jupiter, you still have Jupiter in the 10th house, and Jupiter will be there for a whole year now that it's in Taurus. So your career prospects are really good. Don't let insecurities stop you from putting yourself out there. Now, Pluto's going to go back. It's retrograding back into the 6th house. Even Saturn has started to retrograde this month. So finances may slow down. Maybe rethinking your investments, your taxes. When Pluto retrogrades, you may have to deal with an issue at work that involves a power struggle, maybe a person in authority who might be acting like a bully. But it's also, Pluto is wanting to transform you so that you stand in your power. You may have to set boundaries and stand up to someone this month at work or in your career. But Pluto wants you to change the way you take care of yourself too, because the 6th house is also health. So if you've been doing everything for everybody and not taking care of you, it's time to make some changes. Change your lifestyle, change your habits so that you have more energy, so that you have more, so you're healthier. So that you can take advantage of these opportunities that are coming your way. Because right now you have Saturn in the 9th house, or the 8th house. It's moving up towards your 10th house. Now's the time to work on whatever goal you want to achieve in the next 5 years. Have a strategic plan, because Saturn will help you get there. Do the work now. You're coming up in the world. So if there's anything that you're missing career-wise, like training, education, if you're feeling insecure, you have like imposter syndrome, work on those insecurities through counseling or anything. Go back to school, get your degree, whatever you have to do, so that when Saturn hits the 10th house in 5 years, you can get that reward. You can feel, because when Saturn usually represents career success when it hits the 10th, you've already got Jupiter there, so it's bringing you opportunity and optimism. So just keep following that path. And the North Node is in Taurus. It's telling you, get yourself in a position where you feel more secure, where you're making more money. Don't sacrifice yourself, because don't accept too little is what I'm saying. Don't settle for less, because you deserve more. So that's my forecast, Leo. If you like this reading, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, leave me a comment. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box and it'll take you to my website. We can get you scheduled. In the meantime, have a wonderful June, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.